Tomorrow, Joe Biden will give his much-anticipated State of the Union address. Already a presidency in crisis, Putin's aggressive land grab in Eastern Europe already rocking the stock market and energy markets. This is going to put even more pressure on Joe Biden to deliver for the American people. So, what can we expect in this pivotal speech? For that, we bring in the co-host of America's Newsroom and co-host of The Five, Dana Perino.
Hi.
Dana Perino, tomorrow night's going to be humongous. Everyone is going to be watching. What do you anticipate him doing with this Ukraine crisis, and how does he insert that into the State of the Union, which was already a high wire for this guy?
Well, I missed you today on The Five, so I'm glad I get to be on your great show. It's been so informative tonight. So here's the thing. So President Biden got news today that the ABC poll has him at 37% approval. That is what he is looking at. So it's not just that Americans have an opinion about him, but they have formed a judgment. And so, as you say, it was a very high bar for him to clear anyway. I expect that you will see some grace notes, some attempts at unity, and he'll be able to introduce again to America his Supreme Court nominee, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who had a pretty good rollout the other day. Now, that said, just imagine you and your sister, Jesse, played Monopoly a whole weekend, and you got all the pieces out on the board, and everything's going very well, and then the neighbor kid comes over and kicks the board over. Well, that's basically what Vladimir Putin did to the State of the Union speech. These speeches usually take several months to put together because you're talking about, one, you want to say, what are my accomplishments? And two, where are we going? I think on those two fronts, it's very difficult. There, in my opinion, are three elephants in the room. One is inflation, and that leads to energy policy. And we've seen what it's like to have European nations have to deal with the fact that their energy policy has made them so weak in the eyes of Vladimir Putin that now they're having to take drastic action, historic action, to try to right that wrong. Biden is going to have to deal with the fact that people are paying so much more at the pump and at the grocery store and for everything else. That's number one. Number two, I mentioned accomplishments. Aside from the infrastructure bill, I don't know what else he can talk about where people are going to rise up and have a lot of applause. He can't really talk about Build Back Better. I doubt that you hear that phrase tomorrow night. The third thing is, Jesse, about a month ago on The Five, I said the administration should not wait until the State of the Union address to announce that these mask mandates are over. They did wait. Those have been announced over the last couple of days in all of these blue states and now by the federal government. And it is so nakedly transparent that it was political, that it wasn't backed by science. And believe me, I don't think the COVID moms of 2022 are going to forget it.
If only he had listened to Dana Perino.
Don't we say that every day?
Telling him to watch The Five. Thank you so much, Dana. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.